You ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to us on the Broadway Podcast Network, watching us on Broadway World or over here on social media. I'm so excited. You know, when I moved to Detroit a couple of months ago, I keep telling you all that I thought I was going to have to give up theater and Broadway and all the things that I love so much. And I have seen Clue. I have seen Clue on tour. And me and my friend Mike giggled and laughed and were nostalgic. And I went in and I was like, mustard, candlestick, library, from the go. But I can't tell you how it ends. You're going to have to buy a ticket, Broadway in Detroit and all over the country. Clue is, so wherever you're watching this, all you got to do is check out when Clue's coming to your neck of the woods. This cast, all-star cast, I think they together are guests, Graham Stevens and Jeff, I'm going to try to say it right, SKOWRON, maybe, or 42% right, or maybe right, who knows? They have like 162 Broadway credits together. They do. And they're going to tell us all about them all. Graham and Jeff, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hey there.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
We are excited. Broadway at Detroit. I was at the Fisher Theater last night, and you guys are the next show to roll into town. You're coming into town. You're on the road with Clue right now. Graham, what's it been like to be a part? This show is funny and great. What's it been like?
It's been a quite a slightly different experience for me because I've just joined the tour. I've been with them for, let's see, this is the third week I've been with them. So I've just been rehearsing, but I have a history with the show. I was in the production at Cleveland Playhouse in 2020, and then a couple of years later at Paper Mill Playhouse, where I played a different part. And then a couple of years, and then after that, I played Professor Plum at Stages in St. Louis, and Plum is the role I'll have on tour starting next week in Detroit.
How exciting! Starting next week in Detroit, so you're gonna be here. Graham, I saw you at Paper Mill. I'm a Jersey boy in my heart and soul. So that was Jeff. What's it been like for you?
It's been great. I played this role in Los Angeles in 2020, Wadsworth in 2021. Right after we came back from COVID, and then they asked me to take over as Wadsworth. I took over the role at the Kennedy Center in October. It's been great. It's a really wonderful company of people that we get to travel with, and we get to do this, hour and a half show and make people laugh all over the country. It's been a really good time.
I'm excited for people to check it out. It gives me nostalgia because the movie and the board game and all the things that you're familiar with, but take the movie, take what you know about it, and then just expand it to be thrown in your face. And it's hysterical. Graham, what is a rehearsal process like for a tour? Because I'm sure the whole cast it's not like you're doing 12 hours at Ripley Greer in the middle of New York City together. What's it like?
No, not quite. There are four of us who joined the tour a few weeks ago. And basically, we have been working with the tour's understudies, who are fantastic, super talented, and know this play like the back of their hands. And so we have been rehearsing in side studios at the theaters. Sometimes we'll be in a hospitality room at the hotel, with chairs sort of marking out our entrances and exits. And we just do what we can. It's a very complicated show. There's lots of running around, doors slamming, intricate, comic timing, and so we do our best to sort of replicate that with the sort of resources you have on the road.
That's amazing. So when is your first show, Graham?
My first show will be next Tuesday,
on the 4th.
The 4th, yes. Is that the 4th? Yes.
Yes. So Broadway in Detroit family, BroadwayInDetroit.com, February 4th to the 9th at the Fisher. You can go to Graham's first show and give when he walks on stage, wild standing ovation right from the beginning. Make sure that's what happens for sure. Jeff, what is your process and journey? I know you've done the show, but this tour and there's a laugh a minute, there's a gag a minute. What's it like as an actor to keep those comic impulses and the timing of this up there?
Well, it's really, I've joined, I've replaced people and joined shows into their run in the past, but this has been really good because I've done, Graham and I both have worked with this director, Casey Hushian, and the playwright, Sandy Rustin. We've done this production, this essentially the same blocking on this set before. So coming into this, like you said, this fast paced like machine, like it's that has been really really nice to have done this before. It was still scary, you know, because you're going into something that's already up and running and everyone has their own timing, and you know, but having done this before and done this exact, you know, worked with the same director on this production before has been really helpful.
It's amazing. And Sandy Rustin is such a great writer. If you've seen whatever you've seen her do, her funny as possibly can be. Graham, you were in Transit, and you won Drama Desk Award winner, and Spamalot and Beetlejuice, like funny shows. Funny. You're no stranger to the gag, the laugh, the timing, the joke. So where did you get your training? Like, what made you become doing comedy is harder than doing drama in a lot of cases. So where did you get your chops?
Well, in the case of Spamalot, it was a match made in heaven, because I've been a Monty Python fan since I was 11 years old. And so I think that I've always been a fan of sketch comedy, of crazy comedy, but also as I sort of progressed in my career, I gravitated towards things that were sort of ensemble based, and things in which I got to play a lot of crazy characters. You know, it would be par for the course for me to do a show and have, like, you know, my track would have like 5 different roles. So you got to come up with like 5 different crazy things to do. So I think that means that something like Clue is right in my wheelhouse, because not only is it very funny, but you also need to sort of, it's an ensemble show. You know, you need to feel everybody else's timing. You need to know, you need to set people up right for their punchlines, and they set you up for yours. It's this really fun team effort that when you win, it just means that there's just waves of laughter coming from the audience the whole time, and that's the reward.
And there will be waves of laughter, everybody. You gotta go see the show. Jeff, when we look at what you've done, I mean, do you ever want to just like burst into the Grinch in the middle of Clue? Like, that's what I would do.
That's actually a great idea.
And that's why
I'd be fired.
Floor's all yours.
You know, Jeff has his Broadway credits, is Beauty and the Beast or The Lion King as Zazu and Timon, and The Grinch and Enron and all sorts of stuff. And you may, you know, I love a Little Bad Santa 2 moment for sure. Yeah. What has your journey been like through theater? You've gotten to be, these are big, you know, Lion King is a machine, it's a monster. And now you go from being in one place, the theater in New York City, to now touring the country. What's it like on the road?
This is the first time I've ever toured, and I've been really enjoying it, because it's you know, we travel, and I don't know, I really enjoy it. I kind of know how to pack. I know how to shop now. You know, I've figured it out. So it's and you know, our show's an hour and a half, so we come in and we're in, we make people laugh, and we're out, and then we do have a lot of time to, you know, explore these different cities. It's I've really liked touring. I like going to the different theaters and the different backstages and the different local crews and the local audiences. It's the variety has been really exciting.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to explore downtown Detroit. You'll have to get a Coney dog and have a real Michigander moment in the middle of this winter. So bundle up.
And Graham, you're from Detroit?
I was born in Detroit. My whole family is from Detroit and sort of greater metro area. But I grew up in Southern California. But I always felt as like Detroit was like a distant home. Like in 1984, when the Tigers were in the World Series, I was the only Tigers fan in my entire San Diego elementary school of Padres fans.
Well, look at the kismet that you get to open the show and be on stage right here at the Fisher. The Fisher's legendary. It's where Hello Dolly started, and all these great shows have.
It's super exciting.
Very exciting. So Graham, when you get ready for the show, is there something that you take with you? You guys travel on a bus. Like, what's life like for the Clue cast?
It's a lot like Jeff describes. You know, it's also my first. I've had stints on tours, a tour before, but this is my first time sort of following a tour along, and you just sort of learn how to pack. You know, efficiently, and sometimes we're on buses, sometimes we're on planes, but we all sort of travel as a group, and so you get to know everybody. And my experience so far is that everybody's been really sweet and fun, and really excited to have us newcomers, which is much appreciated.
Yes. All right. I'm in. You sold me. You know when I was sold? I was sold on the 90 minutes, because no offense to Hadestown last night, but after 3 hours, 3 hours, I'm a 90-minute movie kind of guy.
It's exciting.
I love a 90. I don't need the intermission. I'll get there early. I'll already get a drink. I don't need the intermission. I want to go home and go to bed. I'm old. So
yeah, we pack a lot into those 90 minutes too.
You do. Jeff, tell us about the rest of the cast that you guys are with. What can you say about working with the rest of the ensemble that puts the show on?
It's been really exciting. Everyone is very, very good and very skilled and very funny. And like Graham said, we have 4 offstage covers who are also extremely good. And when if somebody's out sick, when they go on, it's a new show. Now we have 4 new principals coming in, Graham included. That's going to be an exciting new change. Everyone's sort of, I'm excited by everybody on stage. So whenever you get a new person or get a new group of people, like we're going to start having in the next month or two, I don't know. It's exciting. It keeps it very fresh in my mind.
Yes, that it's so exciting. I imagine, Graham, that working in this, like, you guys have to be tight, because there's so much physical comedy and there's so much, you really have to listen and bounce off of one another. That do you have a routine or advice while you're rehearsing about lines? And young actors out here, I teach performing and musical theater out here. Do you have anything what is your routine? Like, how did you get your lines down?
I guess my method would be to keep the rhythm of the thing flowing, because Sandy's really brilliant at Sandy Rustin, our writers, is really brilliant at that sort of whip crack dialogue. So once you find the rhythm of the thing, the back and forth between characters, it starts to sort of have the energy, its own energy. So I would say sort of like the way I memorized it is to sort of remember that flow, remember that energy, and always just try to keep the ball up in the air.
Sounds good to me. Jeff, how do you describe, like, people don't know what this show is necessarily going to be. Do you call it based on the movie? Do you say it's original? How do you sell this? What is your elevator pitch?
I think it's billed as,
what?
Oh, there we go.
See, egotistical person just kicked. Hold on, you talk, Jeff, and I'm just going to show my face for the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
words.
I think it's billed as Clue live on stage. It is based on the screenplay by Jonathan Lynn, adapted for the stage by Sandy Rustin. I think that's how it goes. And I mean, the movie is based on the game and the play is based on the movie. And it's so honestly, people who are fans of the movie will get all that they are looking for, the satisfying, iconic moments and lines. But this version, I mean, it's so very different. It's very different. Doing it on stage is it's much more of a farcical theatrical experience. But I do believe it gives fans of the movie everything that they're looking for. But we do a little bit more.
It has surprises too, both in the dialogue and the way we approach the ending of the show, and also the set, the physical set itself is like a little magic box with things that pop out and surprises. So there's always something interesting happening.
The set's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's its own character in the show, for sure.
Absolutely.
It is amazing. Well, I know that people here are excited. I know that yesterday people were promoting the show, and some of the weekend shows, everybody here in Detroit, are already close to being sold out. So you want to be in a full house, and you want to laugh.
Yes.
Like, it's going to be crazy. So get your tickets. Run to get your tickets at BroadwayInDetroit.com if you're around the Detroit metro area and you're around here like Graham, who is a Tigers fan. They're doing good, Graham. They're getting better. And Clue live on stage, if you want to know all the dates that are coming up. I mean, you guys are literally going all over the place, to Oklahoma, to Chicago, to Connecticut, to Illinois, back to North Carolina, Jersey, the hometown crowd, my hometown crowd in Jersey, where I'm a Yankees fan, Graham. because you have
That's okay too.
It's fine. I'm sorry. Even if I'm going to get in trouble out here in Detroit for saying that, but that's okay. And then everybody that's around the neighborhood and around here, make sure you check out Graham and Jeff when they roll into the Fisher Theater. We're excited. I can't wait to see you all.
Can't wait. Everybody come out.
Yeah.
Come on down. And thank you. Good luck. Break legs. Graham, congratulations. Welcome to the class. And Jeff, thank you for all the laughs and all the joy and work you both have done. We're for the better for it. We appreciate you all.
Thank you, Robert.
Thanks so much.